Davos పర్యటనలో సీఎం చంద్రబాబు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
That is Aadhaar, UAID. That is the biggest contribution from him. That is a game changer even today. At that time I promoted IT. There is no clue. All over the world I went. Finally, I brought IT companies. I started engineering colleges. Then I promoted step by step ecosystem. Ultimately, they migrated from Andhra Pradesh to different countries. Now 195 countries, every country there are Telugu community. How many years? Only 25 years. What is the per capita income? Highest per capita income in any country. America, if you go, highest per capita income, only these people. Even Ireland, even Netherlands, even Germany, Japan, everywhere they have spreaded now. At that time, I used to do one more experiment. I used to take entrepreneurs and prospective entrepreneurs, not with my cost. I used to take everybody along with me, one get together, local entrepreneurs of the place, my entrepreneurs. Then I used to give my presentation, this is my vision, all these things. Then I used to network our entrepreneurs with other entrepreneurs. That is where inspiration. Over a period of time, all entrepreneurs of Andhra Pradesh has become very strong entrepreneurs. Talking each other, sometimes technology or otherwise knowing each other, collaborating, so many things happen. That is where second generation entrepreneurs are very strong from Andhra Pradesh, Telugu states, not other states. As you rightly mentioned, Sinha, somebody has to take lead. Then only it will be tested, you are successful or failure. You are not taking any risk. How can you be successful? Now that is where India is moving very fast now. I wanted to go for inclusive society. Growth story should be inclusive. Financial independence you call, or otherwise one family, one entrepreneur. Just now I asked our IBM and everybody to train AI. They are having a plan of 5 million. I am asking them to train 1 million plus in Andhra Pradesh. Mega scale. Here I request you one thing, all of you. Industry, service, agriculture, everything is going on. But value addition is missing. Product perfection is missing. How to bring all these activities in structured way, organized way, that is MSME, one family, one entrepreneur.
No, in fact, sir, that sort of moves right into my next question. Value addition is missing. How do we define value addition? In fact, Sonia, that was my next question for you, because how does Salesforce measure and define metrics which actually look at business resilience and long-term viability? What's working and what's not? How do you do that?
Yeah, thank you. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is a journey we've been on for a long time. Our philanthropy has been focused on education, and this conversation is really resonating with me because over the last 2 years we've been thinking about reskilling and upskilling and how do we have to transform our own workforce at Salesforce, but how do we help others do that? And so this idea of AI fluency, and if you Google Salesforce AI fluency, we just put out some thought leadership around what does that look like, and so I think that helps to kind of define some of the metrics of, how do you know when you've arrived, and I very much agree with my colleagues, it's a lifelong learning journey. The other thing that comes to mind is true kind of classic definition of environmental sustainability. So for us, when we think about things like regenerative agriculture, or decarbonization, or clean energy transition, we do a significant amount of tracking on our own software of carbon emissions, clean energy produced, additional clean energy to the grid, fresh water conserved or regenerated. So I think the good news is most tech companies are becoming much more sophisticated, and so are our investors, maybe most importantly, and our customers, in thinking about not only what are you delivering us from a technological outcomes perspective, but who's the company behind that and what are your practices, and really choosing to partner with companies and enterprises that are investing across the whole value chain, from sustainability, inclusive growth, human rights. So we're pleased to be on that journey, and I'm so excited to see some of the largest companies in the world, folks who are here like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc., some of our hyperscalers that we're so heavily reliant on
Sure.
for this digital age.
Subhav, how does one become an entrepreneur in the clean energy space?
Look, I think to talk about what Nigel was talking about, the demand side clearly is there. So I think that is one thing that is established. I think beyond that, it's a matter of taking risk. Having, I think one basic precondition for being an entrepreneur is you need to have a level of education. You need to be able to understand what's happening around you. You need to be able to sense, what are the opportunity sets around you. You need to be able to go and talk to people to raise financing and so on. So for all of that, I think education is a basic prerequisite. So I think along with the One Family, One Entrepreneur program, clearly the whole thrust on education really needs to be strengthened to the extent it isn't already there.